Welcome, TIL, to our Let's Talk About It segment.
All right, today we're going to be recapping that awesome word that we got from Pastor, talking about the DNA. He even went there with the deoxyribonucleic acid of grace. I just love this teaching. It talked about the characteristics that grace has.
Yes, grace. Grace means to me, grace is a gift from God, a gift that He gave us all through His Son, Jesus Christ. But we have to be willing to receive this gift.
That's right. And I love how Pastor broke down the different parts of grace as far as how it scandalously, I believe that was the word, came after you. Because a lot of times people think that I have to change myself and then now I'm going to get this grace. But Pastor says, and he says this all the time, is not for you to stop doing what you're doing. It's about you coming to God and then God then coming and then fixing you from that point where you're at. And also I love how Pastor broke down about how grace is given to all, but it's up to us to take that grace. Because a lot of times people say that everybody's saved, and Pastor, he goes there and says, there is a hell, there's somewhere you're going to go if you do not have God as your personal Savior. And a lot of times people think, well, if I just live good, then that's good enough. But that's not good enough. You have to accept God as your personal Savior, and he makes that plain as day. And that this part that he went when he started talking about the idols. And a lot of times when people think about idols, especially church people just say, oh, that idol is Baal, that big graven image. But an idol can be so many things. He said it can be your family. It can be yourself. And a lot of times people are very self-absorbed and they don't understand anything that you put before God is an idol. And that's pretty much what I got from that.
Anything. That includes your work as well. 'Cause a lot of us men, we're so busy trying to provide for our family that we'll put our jobs, our money before God. And we got to be cautious of not doing that.
And that's 100% correct, sweetheart. That's why I married you. You're so sweet.
If it wasn't for grace, I wouldn't be here right now. I've been through a lot of things in my life. I was military, law enforcement, and everything. And through the grace of God, I was able to survive all those things, whether it be IEDs or whether it be a crazy person dealing with them on the streets. God gave me grace to be here today.
I definitely agree, and I haven't had any IEDs or anything. But as a teacher, and I'm going into schools every day. Sometimes those can be hostile environments. Depending on where you're at, what type of security they have at that school. But it's God's grace. I know that everything is happening in my life because of God's grace. It's nothing that I'm doing that doesn't involve the grace of God, and I'm just so happy that it's just new every morning. Every morning we get another dose of grace, but every morning we can get up knowing that I'm going to try my best to do the best with this grace that I can. I'm not just going to take this grace for granted, but I'm going to do the best to be the best Christian. Oh yeah, Pastor said to that our lives should just exemplify grace and God. We shouldn't have to tell people I'm a Christian. It should be exuded from us. People should ask us to pray for them because they should see the love of God just spilling and spewing out of our lives.
Like she said, people should come up to us asking for us to pray for them, not, if that's what a Christian is, I want nothing to do with it. And so we want to avoid that.
Exactly. So looking at the series that we're in, we're going into 2021, we want to then use this and apply it to our lives. We want to then take the fact that I'm graced for things that are coming up. I'm graced that COVID came. I'm graced that I might have financial difficulties. I'm graced for that. Now that anything that comes up in 2021, I can pull back on that grace that I had and said, I was graced for that, now I'm graced for this.
Basically, God got your back.
So we're just so grateful for this awesome series that we've been in. This grace for this series is just blessed our lives. Hopefully it's blessed your lives. Thank you for watching this segment, and here comes the church.